So welcome comrades! Today we will speak with comrade Rafał about the houses situations, problem with housing for the working people, for the young people in Poland. Comrade Rafał was author of article which was published in our site odrodzenie.fr. So could you summarize this article?
Hello, comrades. So yes, I read this article about renting situation in Poland. It is about how pathological it is, mm, uh, how many difficulties people meet when they try to rent something. Situation when owner of landlord of flat he's he want only girls and says that he can keep rent price, but this girl must have sex with him twice in a week or something. So this acts of renting are very common in Poland. People, it is mostly not moderated. So the landlord says what they really want or what would they really wanted if there was no regulation in Poland. And it is about how funny or situation when a flat is twice meters 2 to 2 meters size and is only bed, no space other than bed and on this is TV and that's all. So it maybe it was before it was a stockpile for I don't know, pickles or something, and this room was created to later to rent, to give it to rent to someone. And later in this article where we put photos of these rooms to rent. We compare this to situation which was in Polish People Republic during socialism in Poland or to USSR, and it is very big difference. People don't seems to don't not notice this. Uh, how easy was then to have not a room but flat for yourself or your family or something, and now they are teaching us in books that in school that in People Republic of Poland was very difficult. You must wait for a flat for yourself for 5 years, and it was very bad. 5 years and something, and then when I read this now, and when I am not in a school where when this was frightening to me, 5 years or something, and this is of course these diabolical words that should scare us in school. Then that now when I really look for a flat or room to rent, I would be very happy if I have when I turn 18 and go to university only 5 years to have my own flat. It would be very good situation for me. Now I am 25, so I would have a room, not a room, but a flat for myself. If I would live in People's Republic of Poland these days.
So maybe firstly to comment this situation, I would like to say that the one of the bases of the counter-revolution which taking place in Poland was the Catholic religion, Catholic Church, who said that the socialists are against family and we need to introduce a new society with religion everywhere, with the monument of Polish Pope everywhere, and now we will take care about the families. So you see how the contemporary capitalist system with Catholic religion take care about the families, that they promote this situation, this free market, because it is really free market. What is happened? This photo of this announce, it is not manipulated. You can, if you don't have trust to the communist media, you can try to find yourself the announce about the renting flat or renting rooms, and there are a lot of information like this. Only for women, and maybe we will make reduction of your rent if you will be have relation friends with benefits, because of course they don't write sex, but there are a lot of allusion. Everybody understand what is talking about, and it's not only poverty, because you shown the apartment which are smaller than my bathroom here. There's one wall here, one wall there, and there's small matla in the centrum, and that's all. And in the wall there are the some of the furnitures, but this how they disrespect the Polish woman in the case like this, that you will live here only if you sleep with me, and it is totally accepted by the society, that it is normal.
Yes, it is also to take in a notice that these websites with announcement with renting flat or room or something are not strictly moderated, so we can see this announcement what really landlords want for you, for having this opportunity to live with them and have and having a flat, or not living in a street or something, or etc. And second thing is that most of these rent announcement and then contract are not they don't pay taxes for this, so this is illegal, or they do just give you a flat, you will pay with cash, and that's it. This free market at all, no taxes, no regulations, no to announcement to state that you are obligatory in Poland to pay taxes for having roommates and for renting to others, to people, and they don't do this, and this is very very common in Poland. um, so the state is not working in there, and we can see this free market heaven in this announcement website. The other situation with which I write it there was about when a landlord will lower price for renting, but you must to take care of my baby two twice weekends, take care of my cat, clean all flat. They wrote there that in a weekend I and my wife are going to a trip to vacations to urlaub, and then you must take care of my baby, of my cat, then some other things, and he says that he say that the price will be 1,000 zlotys, which is maybe 20% rabat uh, for so you must be a babysitter, a cleaner, taking care of the animals, and you will have only 200 zloty lower price for renting. So people are, I'm looking for a word, uh,
Bezczelni.
bezczelni, tak.
Yes, you have to find this
Shameless. They're shameless to write something like that, and it is horror. This is frightening to read this announcement. Yes, but they do this because this is not regulated, no taxes and so on.
You use the word landlord about these people. I am not sure that this word is appropriate because in my vision, landlord it is somebody who possessed many flats, many houses. It's somebody who is rich. Of course, he is a big exploiter, but I think that if he wants to, I don't know, have cleaning his house or have sex with women, he pay for this. He go to he have money. These people, they are not true landlords. This is a situation of Polish capitalism where the people who all this propaganda in 1990s that if you are you have to be entrepreneur, you have to be if you give work to one person, you are already big exploiter, you are like Bezos. So these people they try to show that they are rich, that they are entrepreneur, that they are landlords, but this is people who in this announce we see that they are landlords from the third world landlords. They're very poor landlords, and this is why they try to, without any shame, use any situation to economize a little money. And of course for the Polish people this situation is tragic, because it is not the problem with your article is that the situation which you shown, it is not scandal that somebody sometimes it's happened like this. It is normal. It is normal that first thing which is normal that when you want to rent room in Poland, there are no papers for this. Nobody know who lived where, and only cash, only cash. You came, you pay, you go out, somebody came after you, he will pay. There are no, we will have this problem 1 year ago when the epidemic started, where government wanted to know where the Polish people lived, because in the socialist Poland everybody have to say where he lived. It was necessary to give your address. After capitalism, after counter-revolution, one of the liberty, one of the freedom, when the people say that no, we don't have to make obowiązek meldunku, say where we are living. And this situation of black market, that it's very very bad situation for the sanitarian reason. It is also bad situation for the terrorist activities. In France, there was this problem in 2015 when there was in Paris a big terrorist attacks, and these people who make these terrorist attacks, they came from Belgium. They lived a few days in Paris, and after they make this attack, but nobody know who was where. So one of the basic thing for the civilization is to liquidate this black market. I am against the renting houses, I am against the renting flat, but if we not can't destroy this system today, we need to make everything that this market is controlled by the state. There have to be the paper controlled by the state. They have to be the people from the state who came to the house. That it is impossible to rent house we have, which is 2 meters for 2 meters, or it is impossible for the announce like this that sex for living. I think that the communists have to make this slogan that that our long-term hasło, slogan, our long-term
Motto,
what?
maybe motto.
No, motto. Our program for the long term is, of course, the liquidation of the market of the renting houses. But things which we can make today is to make more civilized this, and if we start to say about this, all these petty bourgeois organization like Confederacja, they will cry, oh, it is against our liberty, that state is everywhere, state won't control our activity. It is not business activity. It is if you have no shame to rent house room which is only 6 or 8 meters carries. It's shame. It's prison for a guy like this. I think that there are the minimum of the dignity of the human which have to be written in this paper, that we can't rent room which is smaller than this. We can't rent room which are obligation have sex with the landlord and stuff like this.
Yes. what is to say? People really live in this condition, and they don't really want to listen if someone says this is slavery, this is not for human, and so on. They don't want to listen because this is the daily basis, and they if someone is saying that this is not good and we should abolish this and so on, they feel not sure. They feel niepewnie, how to say it. They don't want to listen this because they that make them not comfortable with this information, because the capitalist propaganda will say, yes, you will live now in this room which is only bed and no space and so on, but you will spare a money, and maybe for 5 years you will have enough money and you will have family and you will rent something bigger, maybe bigger room and so on. And this situation that they it is better for them, uh, for their mental health and so on, to listen to the capitalist propaganda, not for socialist propaganda, because socialists say things how it is, how it really looks, how it really is, how it is bad and how it is harmful, shameless and so on. And but these people must live in this room because there is no other option. They don't have money, or it is very difficult to find another room. They will have a longer road to their workplace, and it is not comfortable with them. So we are, as socialists, must not only say how it is bad, but we must say um, how to destroy this pathological situation. Yes, this is another thing to add. If we talk about this very bad situation, we must have to solution to this, not only saying how it is bad, because capitalist propaganda is for them most more comfortable to live with these inhuman conditions which they live in.
You wrote one more thing in this article, which is very important for the young people today in 2021, that after contra-revolution in Poland 30 years ago, when they liquidate this system of homes giving to the workers, and they introduce new system, and they say, okay, now you can buy your house, you have to go to the bank, you have to take the credit. And in 1990s, it was, of course, it was a bad solution, but it was solution that workers have a contract. They work in this situation, good situation which existed in socialist Poland, was not destroyed quickly. But today, in 2000, today, 30 years after revolution, many young workers, many young Polish people, they don't have house, but also they don't have a contract in their work. So the problem is that this solution proposed by the propaganda, okay, you can go to the bank and take credit. How you can take a credit if you don't have contract in your work? How you can go to the bank if you don't have possibility to? The bank will not speak with you. Bank will say, firstly, you have to make zdolność kredytowa. I don't know how to translate it, but you have to make already you have to be work in one place more than 2 or 3 years. It's very complicated now in Poland, where there is a lot of flexibility for the young workers. People work in one place 1 year, 2 year, after they change job, change job. It's not very often that people stay in one job 20 years, 30 years, like in the socialist Poland. Also, it's very often for the bank that they want to that you take this credit with somebody, with your wife, with your and it is very complicated, because in the socialist Poland, young worker, firstly they can take a house, and when he have house, small house for him, he can invite women, after they can have marriage, and after they can change this small house for bigger house. Today, for starting family, you have already have house, but how to have this house if you are alone? So it is a vicious circle that they in the labor market, they offer you only the shitless jobs which you can only pay your factors every month, and you can't with this go to the bank and say, okay, now I want to be your slave for the next 40 years and buy these houses. They said, you are not you are too weak to become our slaves. You have to already. So it is very it is dramatic situation for the Polish demography.
Yes, but the more common situation that people work without contract is they have contract for minimal pension, but they boss will the rest of pension will give you with cash, and this is not registered, not taxed, and so on. So if you go to bank to take a loan, to take a mortgage, and so on, you have to give information about your real contract, and on the real contract is minimal pension, and this is too low to take a mortgage, to take a bank loan, and so on. So this is more common situation that working without contract in Poland, and this is also a problem. But so if you there is a situation that in Poland is people go to the cities to work from the countryside, or for smaller towns, because there is no work here, no perspective, and in big cities are it is easier to find a job, and so on, and it is situation that they must to do this, because there is no place to live in family house, because if you have siblings, one of the siblings will start a family in this house, and other siblings must go somewhere. So they go, if they don't go to cities, they go to emigration, to Germany, Netherlands, and so on. But if they go to the cities, they don't have money, because people are poor on countryside, so they don't have money to buy something. They don't have a contract to take a loan, so they must rent, and they go to this sick, horrific rent market in Poland, which is like slavery, like if you have to be babysitter, and or uncomfortable situation when this flat owner say that this is only for gears because gears are they don't go to parties, they don't jak powiedzieć, they clean their rooms and so on, and this gear go there to talk with this landowner, with landlord, and they invite her to her house, to her flat, and and now they come to realize that her come to realize that this is for sex. This he wanted girls because he offer this sex for leaving her, and this is that situation that you must go maybe to 5 places because there are announcement to people wanted to rent something, and you have in these 5 cases you have 3 to 4 this uncomfortable situation, or then you realize that this flat is for sex, and this flat is then this flat own landlord said in announcement that this is 600 zloty. But if you come on place, you will realize that it's not 600 zloty, it's 1,000 zloty because accept these rent cash and go additional cost for something and so on. And this is young people in Poland. And when I say young, it is not only 18, 20 young. I say the people even after their 30s. They are renting, and there are uh, they are living in uncertainty constantly. They are uncertain about their work, about where they live, about their money. Uh, so because in Poland, if you go to work, you will first contract is for month, another contract is for three months, another for a year. But it is very common that after this month or after these 3 months, you don't have another contract and you must find some other job. And this is living constantly in uncertainty, and this is very this is situation that people can't start family, can't live happy life, can't be mm, their mental health is damaged by this, and this situation not only for very young people, for students of university, but people in their 30s and after 30s. Yes, so after this is very often to these young people want to live someone else, not in non-renting room anymore, and they got marriage. And first, after they got married, they have this they have enough money in contract in job contract to take a mortgage to rent to buy a house by bank, and they buy this house, and after that they realize that only this mortgage is connecting them, not feelings, not love or something, but this bank loan for next 40 years. And this another situation that this capitalist system is against family and against any values mm, that are in modes of conservative politics and so on.
I would like to add that that this 10 years ago, I think we had a big crisis with the thousands of Poles which taking a loan for the houses in the Swiss franc currency. And the problem was that when they wanted to buy houses, the bank proposed them the credit in this Swiss franc. Later, this price of the Swiss franc was growing, and this rate of this loan was growing much more bigger. So it is a problem of thousands of people, but this problem shown another problem, that these people who take these loans in Poland, we call them frankowicze, the people who take loan in this franc. That this is not proletariat. This is the people who already have a possibility that this is family, the wife and husband, they earn money bigger than the middle of salaries, and also after this the people started to make statistic about people who take loans in the banks, and we see from this that this solution from taking loans, it is a solution for the rich. It is that one class of Poles which are rich, they can take a loan for the house, for one house, two house, 10 house, 20 house. They have this possibility to speaking about bank, and there are no limits to take to buy 20 houses, and all these 20 houses are after this are using this for the rent, for the young Poles who have not possibility to going to the bank. So we have a big population of young Polish people without houses, without possibility buying houses, with job which is changing all the time, with this contract, as you say, that people that some money it's is in the paper and other money are from black market, and and it's worse and worse with every year. And I would like to say that the party which is now in power, PIS party, Law and Justice, the people from abroad thinking that it is the very leftist parties. They made some good decision, but they didn't change this system. This system is worse and worse with every year, and the Polish Prime Minister Morawiecki, he knows this system very well, because before he became Polish Prime Minister, he was a director of the bank, Western Bank, Bank Zachodni in Poland, and he was responsible for giving this loan in the franc. So he knows this system, he knows the poverty of the young Polish people, and these 6 years of ruling of PIS party, making this paradise for the rich continue, and is worse and worse for the Polish people.
Yes, it is true, but what I also want to add when it comes to franc credits, loans, It is not always that these people are maybe lower middle class or something like that, but when people uh, couple go to bank and want to take a loan in zloty, in Polish currency, there is no the bank say no. But if you take the same loan, the same take amount of money in franc, yes, bank will say yes. So it is also it was this situation that banks very easily give these franc credits to people, which to people who don't, can't take loan in zloty.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, if somebody go to bank, he is not very, very rich. But the difference very often when you speak when you try to looking information about these people that I knew when I work in bibliothèque in Poland. I knew one of my colleague, the woman who was working with me. In this time, she was alone, and she buy herself flat in the bank alone, which was very very cheap. This house was very very small. I think it was 30 meters only for her, and it was far from the center, and it was in the construction, so it was not real. But so she found with the salary very very small, alone she could buy take loan for the cheapest house in the construction. The price of this house was I think 150 150,000 zlotys. So it is in Warsaw. In Warsaw, so it is very very small money. Today in Warsaw, there are the prices of the houses are 3, 4, 5 times bigger than this. Uh, so it is one kind of person. Alone people who work in bibliothèque, and these people who with credit in franc, very often it is the houses three rooms, 4 rooms, or it is houses, not apartments, but houses. So I wanted to make this difference that they take. But it's changed nothing. Of course. I am not against people who take a flat with 3 or 4 rooms. I think that it is normal situation. The apartments building in the socialist times was like this. And the family, normal family, for the normal living, need have space. So I am not against these people. I only wanted to say that there are people in Poland much poorer than these francs.
Now it is a very often situation that flat from socialist block, socialist builded blocks and flats and so on. In even with socialist furniture in this flat, it is luxury for people who wanted to rent something. Now it is very good opportunity to rent to people to rent something like this, because as you see of photos in this article,
Kamrat,
very common
Kamrat,
situation is when you rent a flat.
Écoute
a
me,
room.
listen me, listen me.
Mhm.
I have crisis situation in house. Continue speaking. I am
Okay.
here, but we have the insect in our house. I have to kill him.
Okay. So you have this situation that you have only a room. In this room is mattress, is lamp, is maybe some shelves, and That's it. No furniture, no other things. Or the second situation with this is packed with cheap IKEA furniture with this very often to break, very often to destroy this, and socialist the furniture is very they they are not so easy to destroy and more hard and so on. So this is this pathological situation when a flat from maybe 50 years ago is very luxury for today people who want to rent something. And the other thing what would to say is about developers, about new flats that are new buildings which are building built in Poland. It is people now realize how these socialist blocks were built with a lot of space, with kindergarten, with hospital, with parks, green, and so on. People have space to walking, to maybe taking a dog with them and so on. And now this modern building type is that developer will very cheap buy some piece of ground which is for sale, which this um, and they they give job to many architects that my that have to project project uh, that it will be packed as it can be and have a lot of flat uh, and have this flat will go to sell, of course, but so it must be in small piece of land which developers buy somewhere for maybe cheap money, uh, very packed flats in this piece of ground, and there is no space. Very often, is situation when you have a balcony, 2 meters, and balcony of your neighborhood, or even there now is a situation in one city when you have one building and this you have on one side of this building balconies, but a developer buy uh, about a piece of land which is very close to this building, less than meter, maybe 30, 40 centimeters, and now he will he will build a building which have uh, wall just before this balcony of this neighborhood ground piece of land. So if it come to reality and it will be building, these people which live in this now building block, they will go to the balcony and they will meet 30 centimeters of their balcony are flat of very big building. So a wall of very big building. So it is pathological situation when we have one style of building, socialist style, when we have blocks, and the blocks are projected to have a lot of space, that kindergarten will be uh, there will be parks, and there will be a place to have fun, and so on, and it is all planned, and it is planned to connect uh, this estate to other part of cities that will be easy to communicate, and maybe public transport will go there, and so on and so on. And this is the socialist type of building, uh, of building. And now we have this capitalist type of building, which is uh, chaotic, which is very um, it is you have one piece of land here, one piece of land here, and developers buy this piece of land, which are not maybe square, maybe they have some very strange borders of this ground, and in these small pieces they will be building a lot of flats and a lot of money to make to this. They don't care about this that the people need space, that this estate must be somewhere connected to hospital, to schools, to others public places, and so on, maybe bibliothèque, and others good things to people. No, there is only a piece of land, maybe piece of land in outside of the city, and they will build this estate there, or maybe not communicated, or very hard to communicate to others part of the city, to roads, and so on. And even that this is pathological, even that these estates are not in good places, which could be. Uh, People buy this like fresh breed. So this, even if it is flat with balcony, uh, and before this balcony is wall, people will buy this, and other things. And often is a situation when people buy a flat by bank, when there is only a project of building something. There is hole in the ground. The works even started, or are in very beginning phase, and people buy it flat in this project, or in this building, who are not built yet, and they have this visualization how it will be looks, and this is a very not they are different from reality when it is built. So uh, the other thing is about this capitalist type of building in Poland, which is now visible, is how these estates have walls, have fences outside of the borders of this estate. You have fences, and these fences is for key. No neighborhood came there um, without security check, without code to gate, and so on. So this is isolating people, but isolating people from themselves. This is
Sorry, I will interrupt you. That in the propaganda all the time they say that fall of the socialism it is fall of the Berlin Wall. In the place of the Berlin Wall, they build the millions of new wall which surrounded the capitalist buildings.
Yes, and in from my childhood in a countryside, it was that neighbor kids are meeting, knowing each other, and go to the trees, to other things, and even from other from others settlement, from others places they go, they having fun with each other, and now it is that you have fans. Uh, Kids are not meeting with themselves; they are playing computer or going to additional courses which are paid with their parents and don't have time to be kids, to be kids and to walk, meet neighborhoods. No, there is fences. There, this is pathological situation with this. Um, um, I'm looking for word.
This
This
private
is
property
breakdown
is
of social relations, breakdown on
ah,
social relation in a whole country. Yes, so people are individualistic, and this make them unhappy. This make them unhappy. They don't have social relations, and so on.
okay. So I will. This problem, which I said, it is this. It is hornet. I don't know if you see. Do you see this or not?
What?
Hornet. Szerszeń.
Okay, you have your new flat, Hornet, yes?
Yes, I killed him.
Okay.
My wife came here that there was my baby with my wife. I needed to kill this hornet. So in my bathroom there is a wall which is stable, and after this wall there are my neighbors. So I can make a presentation, or you can trust me that it is solid here. But three others walls, it's in my house, and it is carton gips. It is, if I punch this, there will be hole. And for example, there I used to in my toilet. Excuse me for these details, but we are speaking about the houses, and this toilets is also important thing for the living. I read one article 2 days ago that 2 million and 2.5 million people in Poland don't have toilet in their home today. 2 million and half. But in my toilet I used to keep my bicycle. Now I don't have bicycle because I didn't have space with baby. But this bicycle make a hole, destroyed this wall only because it touched this. So you see how it is ridicule building houses like this, that bicycle can touch the wall and the wall is broken. And
Yes, because it is cheaper to them.
yes,
This
and
one.
if I good remember, your house was building in the socialist times,
Yes.
and the wall you can punch how many takes you want, but you will never destroy it because it is very it is solid socialist construction.
Yes, this is the difference, and people tend to now realize how this a state of socialist building in socialist Poland are good planet, have very good communication, have a tram communication, public bus, and so on. People are children have very close to school, but now if you have this money on contract and you go to bank and buy a flat, it is very often that you have no communication, no public transport. You can really only own your car. Children have very long road to school, but no, this is pathological situation, and it must be abolished. And socialist times must be back.
Okay, thank you, comrades. These things which you said in the finish is good. Socialist times must be back. And we will continue our conversation what to do to make socialist times back, because without this I can't imagine life in Poland and in all the planet. But I think that today if you have something to add, you can. If not, you can finish.
I can add that it is easy to read our website odrodzenie.com by translator to English, very accurate translating, so you can use it and read what we have to say.
And I also discovered this possibility few weeks ago. It is. I don't want to be kind to the Google, but it's very good things, and it is something which I hope will build the international relationship between all the communist movement, because now we can read with this we can read all the all the communist sit internet in all the languages. Not all languages, but all these most popular languages are already very easy to translate. So
Yeah.
Polish language you can translate to English, French, and it's very good translation. So thank you, comrade. I
Thank
will
you.
finish this.